I'm scared, is AI video. And that whole like, I think everybody has seen the meme, or it's been going around. You can Google it pretty easily, of AI video a year ago versus now. And now we're seeing video that is like already near indistinguishable from real video, actual recorded video, versus a year ago. It was this messy blob that we didn't need to worry about. But 1 year later, video is already to the point where it could potentially replace jobs and could replace work. Um, that scares me, and is a crazy time in games. There's all kinds of things that are going on that are expanding rapidly, moving rapidly. AI is coming in force. I'm a little bit less worried about AI than some people, and that's largely because it has always been true that we have created more tools that allow greater automation, but we have always found other ways to employ people. So I think, it's just going to change. The landscape of how games work is going to change. Probably it'll actually wind up leading to a bunch of really small studios, because suddenly the individual creator can do so much with AI tools. So we'll see. It's an interesting world for sure. Now, this is a great place to start. I'm glad we're having the conversation, but where we usually start here on the show is to ask for your origin story. So, Nick, I would love to hear about your origin in games and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, so it's been a long, few years. I think I'm gonna go all the way back to like 2018. So that's, I'm like um, I'm in college. I'm like doing film at this time. It's my family's kind of like has a film background. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go film. This is something I've kind of wanted to write for a long time. Um, at the time I was like going on set, screenplays, just like working with lights, cameras, audio equipment, that kind of thing. But then I see a class and it's like 3D like art and animation. I'm like, I gotta like try this out. And I took it. It was a it wasn't an easy course. I think I was like one of the only people out of that course, and they still have the course at my college. But like most people that take the course are just like, yeah, I don't want to ever touch this ever again. I loved it. I was like, dude, I can make worlds, I can make characters, like I can make stuff move. Like
Hmm.
this is so cool. Um, and I just like at the time was just trying to learn Blender, and I got lucky. Got internship at an indie studio. I was working under my first boss was an ex Rockstar dev. He was in the industry for like 20 years.
Hmm.
Um, he goes all the way back to San Andreas. That was like his first big game.
That was
Um,
super cool.
yeah, and I mean, I've learned a lot. Like I learned a lot from that time. Like it was about like a I was there for like almost 2 years.
Hmm.
First part was like internship, and then I was kind of on there as like I started as a 3D modeler intern, and then I became like kind of a game designer and kind of project supervisor. So I was like supervising art, but I was also like writing docs, doing a little scripting, level design. More like honestly doing a lot of level design at that point in time too. And that was UE4 at the time. But I think at one point I was just like, I didn't go to school for game dev, so I really should kind of go back and learn. I think during that point in time, that's when I did IGA, and I think that also kind of told me like I still have a lot, just to even get me at a foundational standpoint. Like there's
Hmm.
considerable amount for me to learn.
You hit the
Um,
Dunning-Kruger curve. You went, oh,
yeah,
there's a lot here.
yeah, it's and it's like I think the more I've got into game dev, the more I'm like, yeah, it's just so much. Um, Regardless of what like you can specialize as much as you want, but it's just like this. Even in specialization, there's like just different skill trees. It's like um you can have the game dev skill tree, but like dude, there's like the level design skill tree just in itself is vast. um Especially just the kind of the nature of level design in general.
Mhm.
um but um but yeah, after so I worked for about year and a half, 2 years, if you consider my internship. Then I went back to school. I took there's a school in Vancouver called Van Arts, and it's a 1 year program, and it's just like they are trying to get you like industry ready as quickly as possible.
Hmm.
So like the first 3 months is just like 3D and game fundamentals. Then you're just like, yo, you got to make a game in like 6 weeks, so do that. And then I think the next 3 months is like just you work on it. I think it's not even 3 months. It's really like the 2 months you work on a game with like a team. Um, and then like after that it's just straight up like portfolio work. That's literally the course. um and anybody who's graduated from Van Arts will tell you it's just like it's not an easy course. It's a very tough.
Hmm.
It's you learn a lot, but it's not. They're kind of getting, I hate to say it, but they're kind of getting you ready for crunch.
Hmm.
and just they get you ready for that, just the reality of the game industry. Um, so it's tough, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot about UE5 especially. UE4, UE5, got Maya, just a lot of the art tools as well, just like Substance Painter, Substance Designer, just all these different Photoshop. I got a lot of better. I use Photoshop quite a bit now with just like level layouts and stuff, and just like creating my own tools that way. And there's like it's interesting what and I've even used Photoshop for just like texture optimization and stuff like that too. It's crazy how you use all these different tools for different reasons, right?
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, after Van Arts, I was just kind of like towards the end of that, and just after Van Arts, I kind of joined a small little studio. It was kind of a startup studio called Be Wild. I was working for basically for free, but I was working under the basically producer. Like I kind of just showed like, hey, I have leadership skills, um, I have leadership experience. Like I can help put this in a better place. Um, and I think they're doing good now. I was there for about like 6 months, and I think they're almost done with their vertical slice, so that's really good.
Hmm.
Um, but after that, I was just kind of like, okay, I really just want to focus on job search, and that's when things started really kind of getting, the industry was really things were getting too good. I think this is like start of 2023, right?
Hmm.
So the first 6 months of that year were just like it was just brutal. Like I just couldn't. Um, it was hard, tough just even just do like personal work just to get better. Just everything felt very like. I mean, all you would hear every day is just like layoffs or just it's just not a
It's
we're
kind of
like
this like interesting like group PTSD that we've all been through now because like we all went through that even if we had work. I was working at InView during the worst of it, and it was round after round after round of layoffs. So like even for those who had work, it was this like terrifying time period where it felt like there were snipers in all the buildings. And then if you didn't have work, of course, you're just seeing fewer and fewer jobs. Um, Worth mentioning, everybody has gone through that together, for whatever that's worth.
mhm. Yeah, it's like it really is. You talk like and that was even before I really started getting like really active on LinkedIn, I think, and like it's just yeah, it wasn't. I know like a lot of people were suffering for a lot of different things. Um, I was dealing with a lot of personal things at that time too, and just trying to figure it out. But eventually, my colleague of mine from school was like, "Hey, you want to just start building games?" And I think that's when things just started to click. Like I was like, "Dude, let's just do it." Um, so we already had a build like I would say like a demo build in like I don't know 8 weeks. like we
Damn.
um I did all the blueprinting. He just did all the art, and we just like bam, just like we got that done very quickly. And then like a colleague from mine, so Mike's our artist, and then John is our I'm like the level and gameplay guy. Mike's our just lead artist, and then John is our like he's our systems and AI. And like he came on, and like that was just the three of us beginning. We made the Chad, which was like my first true like Steam game, and now we're really cooking now. We got another system. He's like Adam's like John's close colleague from Full Sail, and he's like our system and UI guy. So we have like the four of us, and then we have like another like 6, 7 people like helping us like with just different areas.
Hmm.
Um, and now we just got our second prototype build done. We're going from prototype build to like a pre-alpha build, and we got a lot of like the systems and just a lot of the functionality down. Got a few like levels.